A Christmas Carol. Narrated by Tiny Tim. Oh, hello! Yes, that's me. I'm very excited. Here we go. So, once upon a time, there was a businessman. His name was Ebenezer Scrooge. He was not a friendly man. He was very rich, but he never spent it. You could say that he was very stingy. It was almost Christmas, but Scrooge didn't want to have anything to do with it. Nonsense, was his opinion. He had his bookkeeper, Bob Cratchit. Oh, that's my dad. He had his bookkeeper, Bob Cratchit, to work on Christmas Eve. Together they went through all the finances of the year until Scrooge finally let the poor man go home to his family around midnight. I remember that year. It was simply horrid without Father. Then he left his office to go home himself. That evening, Scrooge got a visitor. Not the kind of visitor you're thinking about. It was his cousin Fred. "Uncle, come to our house for Christmas dinner," Fred asked. "Oh, what rubbish," answered Scrooge. "I hate Christmas." And that's how Scrooge, he's so heartless. He just sent his nephew back into the cold. Oh, poor Fred. Fred was an excellent man. But nevertheless, he was a tough one, this Scrooge. Even collectors for the poor were sent away by Scrooge. I couldn't pronounce that other word, so we kind of left that one out. "Work for your money. I do," he yelled. And even worse, he yelled after the collectors. "The more poor people die, the better for the problem of overpopulation." You know what? I'm thinking Scrooge was one of the biggest wankers that ever lived. Really? Alright, where were we? That night, something remarkable happened. In his dream, Scrooge got a visit from his deceased business partner, Marley. "If you continue like this, you will haunt this earth forever, just like me, and will always be reminded of how poorly you treated others," warned Marley. He told him he would have 3 spirits visit him who could help him be spared from his awful fate. And that's what happened that night. Scrooge was awoken by the first ghost. Wait, what the bloody hell is that? It's a ghost. But it doesn't look like any ghost from the story that I've ever seen. Well, how many times have you actually seen the story? Okay, well, maybe, just maybe, the Pac-Man ghost came and woke Scrooge up, okay? We don't know. All right. Scrooge was awakened by the first ghost shortly after midnight. "I am the ghost of Christmas past," said the ghost. "What are you here for?" asked Scrooge. "I want to show you memories. They are from a long time ago. You might not remember them so well. I am here to refresh your memory," said the ghost. Bloody awful looking ghost. Now Scrooge saw images from his past, like when he was left alone and abandoned by his father at a strict boarding school. He also saw the love of his life, who he lost because he spent so much time doing business. Oh, that's so sad. Poor Isabel. Isabel was really a nice lady. But finally, he saw his deceased sister, who had always been kind to him. Oh, Fanny. Fanny was wondrous indeed. I've only heard stories about her, as I wasn't even born yet before she even had passed. "Stop it," begged Scrooge. "I can't bear this." And the ghost just disappeared. Oh, thank goodness. Now, after an hour, Scrooge was woken up again. It was slightly after midnight. The second ghost... Oh, we're back to this again. Alright, we ran out of time, alright? I didn't have time to go through and make them as pretty as they should be. But this is what we're dealing with, kid. So just keep going. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. This is what I'm working with here. Alright, here we go. An hour later, Scrooge was woken up again. It was still slightly after midnight. The second ghost appeared, the ghost of Christmas present. Scrooge sighed. "And what are you doing here?" he asked. Damn, he really sounds like a douche. "Oh, I want to show you your loyal bookkeeper, Bob Cratchit. He has had a tough life. He has a son. His name is Tiny Tim. Oh, that's me. Oh, look, here I am in the story. Who is very ill. Wait, Wait, what? Wait, they can't afford his medicine. You don't pay him enough for the work that he does. It's very possible that Tiny Tim will pass away soon. Oh my goodness, why didn't anybody ever tell me? Oh my gosh, do I come back? Am I a ghost? Don't make me look like a Pac-Man ghost. Keep it up, Tiny Tim. Keep it up. You'll come back as a ghost, all right. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I can continue. We're almost there. Keep going. The images touched Scrooge. There was a tear streaming down his face. When the ghost saw it, he said, "What a strange reaction. His death would be a good solution to overpopulation, right?" And for the first time in ages, Scrooge felt regret. Regret over what he said about the poor, and regret about how he treated his loyal bookkeeper. The ghost said farewell. Well, that was awful nice of him. Leave Scrooge a bloody mess and just say farewell. And the third ghost appeared. You are such a cunt. Thank you. I try my best. The third ghost appeared. "What can I do for you?" asked Scrooge, who was overwhelmed by his feelings. Oh, dear Lord, I'm losing it a bit. What can I do for you? Asked Scrooge, who was overwhelmed by his feelings that he had suppressed for a very long time and had been awoken by the visits of the previous ghost. His experience from the past had made him a tough man, but the memories had sparked something in him. He started to regret his behavior more and more. The ghost showed him images of his grave with no visitors, and he got even sadder. It got worse when the ghost showed him the next Christmas without Tiny Tim. Oh no! Oh no! I've died! No! No! Oh! 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 Oh my goodness! Oh! The sadness of the Cratchit family touched him. He became very ashamed and wished he could be as gentle and as generous as when he was born. Oh my goodness! Oh! Alright, I've composed myself. That's when Scrooge decided to change. He ordered a turkey at the butcher and had it delivered to the Cratchit family, twice the size of Tiny Tim. Oh my goodness, I love turkey. And they enjoyed it so much. Of course, he gave Bob a raise. Oh, excellent! Then Scrooge went to the poorhouse, where he personally apologized to the collectors and gave them a large amount of money. And that's how it happened. That cruel businessman changed into a kind and warm man. He accepted his nephew's invitation to spend Christmas with his family and had a lovely time. Scrooge became like a second father to Tiny Tim. Not only did he give the boy lots of things, what was more important, he loved the boy. Wait a minute. I have two dads. Wait, what if Scrooge is actually my real father? Oh, bloody hell. And this has been A Christmas Carol, narrated by Tiny Tim. That's me. Merry Christmas, and God bless us, everyone.